working on championship wrestling. As I get more details, I was just given that information and nothing further. So as I get further information, I'll let you know about it. And right now, then, it's my pleasure to have with me the NWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Ric Flair. And in a moment, I hope to have on the other side of this podium, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Champion, Bob Backlund. Interesting note on these two gentlemen. Although Mr. Flair is not, I don't believe, originally a native of Minnesota, you're making your home in Minnesota and went to the University of Minnesota. And Bob Backlund, of course, is from Minnesota.
Well, that's right. Something that people all around the wrestling world have been waiting to see is finally going to be determined. Just who is the greatest world champion, Bob Backlund or Ric Flair? Because we're from Minnesota, because we both have great amateur backgrounds, has nothing to do with it. He's the Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion. I'm the NWA Heavyweight champion. I say I'm better. He says he's better. In a day or so, we'll find out.
Well, obviously, this is a matter of paramount importance, I think, to wrestling fans the world over. A confrontation, first time ever, between two men of your caliber, of your championship qualities. And I would have to imagine that regardless of your professional experience and background or of Mr. Flair's, that there has to be just a little bit of a butterfly working around inside.
Oh, sure. Anytime you get something like this together, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of determination. And I respect my opponent very, very much. He works very hard at what he does, and he's got the NWA title. I've got the WWF title, and when we clash, I'm going to give it 100%. I like to win. I know he's a competitor, and I'm looking forward to getting into the ring with this man. I think there should be only one champion in professional wrestling. It's been decided in a lot of other sports. The Super Bowl, it decides the champion in football, the World Series in baseball. In just about every sport, there's only one champion. And I think this is a great thing to happen in professional wrestling, where us two are going to meet in the middle of that ring.
Well, it's like he said, the AFL, the NFL, in baseball, they do it. They bring the two best together every year. Well, we're bringing the two best together once and once only. And I think if you search your soul real hard, Bob Backlund, you'll admit to Mr. Solie and to all these people out there that right now you probably know who the real world champion is.
Well, that remains to be seen, Gordon. I'm proud of where I'm at. I work hard at what I do. I spend a lot of time in the gym. I do a lot of traveling, and I don't like to lose. I like to win. It takes a lot of determination. I know he's a tough man, but when we get into that ring, I'm going to forget about all that friendship, all of anything. When that bell rings, it's going to be out there to win.
Well, thank you so very much. I think some extremely heavy comments from both champions, and certainly when these two meet, it has to be an all-time classic confrontation of two of the greatest champions, I think, this nation and this world.
Champion versus champion. Ric Flair, NWA World Heavyweight Champion, takes on Bob Backlund, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Champion. And
once again, it is a rare privilege and certainly a real honor to have with me the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Champion, Bob Backlund, and the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. And gentlemen, in just a couple of moments, we're going to take an opportunity to watch the two of you in action and some videotaped highlights of some matches. And Mr. Flair, of course, you acquired the NWA World title not too terribly long ago, but you have certainly proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're a fighting champion.
Well, why don't you just say it the way it is, Gordon Solie? I beat Dusty Rhodes for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I've gone through them all. The Funks, the Briscoes, the Tommy Riches, the toughest competition that professional wrestling has to offer has come after this 10 pounds of gold, and thus far, the great one is standing here today.
Well, of course, there's one man that you have never met in the field of competition, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund, and that should prove to be, I would think, one of the classic matches of all time.
I'm looking forward to it. You can feel the way you want to about Mr. Flair, but I know he's got a lot of ability, and I respect the man, but I want to beat him. I want to prove to him that I can beat him. He's got a lot of confidence, and I guess I can respect him for that also.
It's interesting to note, and I think right now we'll do this. We're going to take a look at the two men in action. I think you'll get a better idea of why these men are champions, and yet with contrasting approaches and philosophies to the sport of wrestling. Let's go first and watch Ric Flair in action.
Flair, I think...
What a man, huh? You know, I don't have an opportunity very often to watch myself on television, but when I do, I have to admit I'm really impressed. What a man. I hope you had an opportunity to look at that. Check out that figure 4 long and hard, my friend.
Interesting to note about the figure 4, because you go into that from a spinning toll, and yet you come from the opposite side of the norm.
I go into it in a way that no other wrestler has, and you don't see a whole lot of guys coming out of it, do you?
No, very frankly, I've never seen anybody.
Worldwide, when I put that on, it's I give up.
Question on that, Bob Backlund. You had an opportunity there to see that, and before we talk about it, however, why don't we go and watch you in action in a very important night in your life?
Yes, let's impress Mr. Flair just a little bit.
Okay, if everybody will turn to the monitor here, we'll take a look. Brought Bob Backlund, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship. Gentlemen, may I just say this to both of you. I admire both of you. I respect both of you. You are obviously both the world's greatest wrestlers. There's no question about that. May I just say I would appreciate it greatly when you two do meet to determine personally which one of you is the better man. I hope it's going to be the kind of match that we're all looking forward to, and I would certainly appreciate it if you two would care to shake hands. May I just say, may the best man win when you do meet.
Well, obviously, we both feel this is the ultimate. It's like I said before, the greatest competitors, whether it's the greatest teams or individuals get together, one man can walk away with all the gold and all the glory. And Bobby Backlund, you're a hell of a man, but you're not Ric Flair. Remember that.
Well, Bob, not much I can say to...
We'll find out who the better man is.
Okay, Bob Backlund, an outstanding athlete.